Hi, this is Norman Kochnick here from Coogee Beach in Sydney, Australia. I'm here to talk to you about some of the aspects of the Australian team selections and the general, you could argue, discontent that's occurred in the Australian camp over a period of time, from basically the coaching to the coaching staff right through to the players themselves, from a number of issues, and it reflects on the way they're playing, or they have been playing, both in Bangladesh and the West Indies. The form has certainly been down. The selections have been rather hard to understand, and quite frankly, there's certainly a lot of discontentment. And well, let's start with Justin Langer here now. Obviously, there was a lot of conjecture about his coaching. There was argument as to him being quite a difficult coach to deal with. Certain camps were with him and certain camps were against him or not for him. There was a lot of anger in a way about his coaching. There was a lot of concerns. He wanted an open and transparent discussion about his coaching, and in doing so there was a lot of open and quite frank discussion about his coaching, which was quite dissatisfactory. And certainly when you have a person like Steve Smith come out in the media and talk to Ben Horn, a noted writer here in Australia, about the fact that he's pledging to be captain, and only a matter of days later Justin Langer says, what's that all about? He knows nothing about it. Tim Paine's the captain, and that's that. It certainly showed a matter of dissension between the likes of Smith and certainly Warner in the way they've gone about their duties and the way that Langer looks at the way that the Australian team should be together. The reality is there are some concerns around that, and there's also the political nature of the states, with New South Wales versus other states in the selection policies have certainly left a lot to be desired over a period of time. And another factor is George Bailey has come in as the chair of selectors, taken from Trevor Hohns, and that will create another complexity to the coaching and the actual selection process, I would imagine, as well, with Matthew Waite still being deemed to be the top keeper, but now the likes of Josh Inglis coming into the play, usurping the likes of Alex Carey and Josh Philippe, having both those players actually were in the Bangladesh and West Indies squad that played there in those locations. The IPL certainly caused a lot of distractions as well. The lack of preparation as a team prior to the World Cup, the poor performances, all add up to a dissension with the likes of Justin Langer. But surprisingly, or justifiably, in some ways you may look at it, Nick Hockley, the CEO of Cricket Australia, came out and talked quite openly only a few days ago and supported Justin Langer and said he's done an admirable job, and he's going to be the coach until the mid of next year, 2020, as per his contract. The reality is that we have the IPL coming up now, we have the World Cup as well as the Ashes, and I don't think things are very settled in the Australian camp at all. Malcolm Conn came out, he's now the chief cricket writer for the Sydney Morning Herald, taken over there recently in that position. He has basically come out in a very frank article about his relationship as a media manager with Justin Langer, and saw Justin as very prickly and someone you would stay away from and you wouldn't get on the wrong side of, as he was quite an angry fellow. And Malcolm Conn's article portrayed that quite clearly, that there were some concerns about the way that Justin Langer runs his cricket team as coach. There's certainly a divide. I think Tim Paine and the like, and even George Bailey selected, there's a camp there, but the New South Wales contingent, I'll call it, with both Steve Smith, Warner and the like, and perhaps even the New South Wales bowling contingent, may not necessarily be in the same boat. And there's some conjecture as to the relationships there, necessitating such a thing as an actual full discussion and a transparent review of his coaching. You wouldn't think that would be necessary if everything was going very well. So that's a concern that's out there. Very interesting discussion. So this is Norman Kochnick from Extra Time here at Coogee Beach, reporting on the state of play with Australian cricket. Norman Kochnick again here for Extra Time at Coogee Beach. Some other aspects that I thought I might include about the Australian squad. Clearly Justin Langer has been under a form of review, self-initiated review, but the reality is the likes of Andrew McDonald, who's been in the coaching staff there for some time, is certainly well liked by the camp of players and would also be another option. Also Jason Gillespie, who's done remarkably well. He has a level 4 coaching qualification. He's well respected in Sussex and England, all over the world. He's been given a lot of confidence, also the way he approached Adelaide Strikers and the way that he's dealt with South Australian cricket. He's also someone else to be earmarked towards being a future coach of Australia. Let's not also forget Trevor Bayliss, who's done well for England, for Sri Lanka and also New South Wales on occasions. He's someone who'd also be seriously considered. He's done a particularly good job with Sunrisers Hyderabad. He actually was behind the Warner sacking only recently too, and that may have been a good decision on the day as what actually transpired. So after the likes of Sandpaper, there's been a lot of dissension for some time. Justin Langer has come in to replace Darren Lehman there with a difficult job. Tim Payne came in for Steve Smith with a difficult job. Yet I think that's still simmering and we haven't seen the end of it yet. So let's stay tuned and see what happens in the near future with Australian cricket. This is Norman Kochnick for Extra Time.